Welcome to Houston, Texas, and the house Bill Yeoman and Andre Ware built, home to the Houston Cougars, where the fans are ready for liftoff. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Air Force Falcons, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Houston Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Falcons will kick it away to start us off. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Houston's offense will start this game off. And they're led out there by a man who will carry the ball plenty in this one, guys.
Best player on their team. They have got to force feed this guy the football, David.
No doubt about it. The offense goes through him. Excited to see how they've built this offense and how many different ways they can get him touches.
They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. They'll line up for a second down play. From the gun, running back gets the gift. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. How bold will they be on third down after that last run? From the gun, wants to pass. Good timing on the quick out. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And they got him for the sack. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Houston sends the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. So the Air Force Falcons offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key to their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Well, how about that? They turn around and hand it off to the big fella, and he's able to get the first down. Nice play.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. They'll run the option. Runs through the tackle. He showed off the stiff arm, but apparently he needed a couple more. A lot of defenders around to stop him. Went to the running game on first down, now second down. They'll try the run. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. It's been a great way for the service academies to stay relevant in major college football by having prolific ground game.
Yeah, then those ground games are a pain in everybody's you-know-what. I mean, they drive you nuts, the triple option, because so much discipline. I mean, they're so good at running what they do. They don't do a lot, but they're going to hit you right in the mouth and run the football.
They'll go to the fullback. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Looking to pass. It's Hayes. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and then the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Here comes the Houston offense once again. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Fires on the move. Got his man downfield. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
Man, listen, you get zone coverage, and you can hit that curl route, and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
They'll give it to the back. And the tackle is made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Hold it. Open.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Houston is moving it quickly down the field. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Off play action. Unloads it left. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
They're trying to get to it. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Houston will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And it'll be down right there.
And the punter pulling out his pitching wedge on that. Look at the spin on this ball. It just died as soon as it hit the ground. Beautiful job.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
And what a run. When you're an offensive coordinator and you're backed up, you're just trying to create some space to get out of your own end zone, and it's always a nice bonus when you pop one and create some serious space for your offense and some momentum going forward.
And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain.
At the 18, brings up 2nd down.
It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. The option look. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on 3rd and short from the 21. On the option. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
The Falcons will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a move. He'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Back to work on 2nd and 10 from the 41 after that last incompletion. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Still on his feet at the 45. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. After the incompletion, it's 2nd down. On the ground, it's Sanford. They worked that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking left. He makes the catch. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. He'll take a shot. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and the ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to...
And he's running in the open. He's at the 40. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. He's got 67 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd down.
And the Falcons looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Now on the option. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he is loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Air Force.
Yeah, and you love giving it to the big boy right near the goal line, plowing ahead. You know he's going to put two hands on the football. Second and goal. You don't need third and goal, thanks to the big fella.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 18-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, you've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times. All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line, but when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And it's caught! Touchdown, Cougars!
And this offense gets on the board, and the first passing touchdown of the season, and I feel pretty confident saying... This offense looks like they're in a good rhythm, and this passing attack's going to be hard to stop.
He'll try to tack on one more. blitz the uprights. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Iowa State is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point. But you take a look at the scoreboard and you see we have ourselves a close game. They're up by 4 over Iowa. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Looking for a man. It's Hayes. They're working that left side. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. Fair catch just inside the 40. Offense set on 1st down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Finds his man. It's Johnson. Stopped after making the catch.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Throws to the wideout. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He'll bring it back. It's Campbell. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really good.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. Wants to throw. It's Hayes. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, and that is the end of the 1st half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, thanks, guys. And through 2 quarters of ball, it looks like we're in for another fun one here today. It's been very evenly played through 2 quarters. Both teams have been physical. Both teams have battled there in the trenches. Neither has been perfect, but they're both right there in this game. And it's kind of the calm before the storm. Each side sort of licking their wounds right now, but expect another fight in a phone booth in this 2nd half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in the cage in Southeast Texas.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. 2nd half just about ready to start, and Houston will kick it off. He'll bring it back looking for help. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. And now on second down for this offense. Softened him up with a run. Now to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Latham. Tackled immediately after the catch.
Hey, quarterback dropping back and understanding. I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. The Falcons will send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. And the returner goes down. The Houston offense comes onto the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just...
Oh, picked off. Bringing it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Nice play by the DB. Most people say offenses have the advantage, right? They know where they're going. They have the footing underneath them. Defensive guys, you still got to guess. You might be a little bit more cautious. No, sir, this defensive back does a great job breaking on the football, going up and making the INT.
Excellent field position here for the offense. He'll ride his man on the option.
And the fullbacks are just the big, burly, strong suckers. They got bloody knuckles, tape all over the place, and they're just lowering their shoulder, trying to hit you, trying to get positive yards, and it's exactly what he does on that play.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
Those fullbacks are grown men. Those guys are constantly hitting linebackers and blocking the whole entire game. So when you get a chance to give the big boy the ball, it's always, and you know what it is? It's a morale boost for everybody on the whole field. Everybody gets jacked up, and he finally gets to touch the football.
Run it with the fullback. Touchdown, Falcons! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
Number 5.
No monkey business. First down, come downhill, run the fullback. He gets in the end zone. Let's not make any bones about this. Be physical, run that thing, block those guys up front. Nice job by this offense taking care of business in the red zone.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. He'll bring it out. It's straight. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here comes the Houston offense once again. He's going up top. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Hand off from the shotgun. Good pickup on the ground there. Give him 5 to the 16-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Third down play from the gun. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Houston will be forced to punt. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Fair catch is called for. You want to make sure that you field it cleanly in rainy weather like this. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of bounce, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Power.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Wide out in motion. Dropping back, it's Hayes. Quickly complete. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Fullbacks, a.k.a. blocking backs, a.k.a. don't touch the football very often, and usually don't go far down the field. But a nice little chunk run here for the fullback. Give him the ball, reward the big fella.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I love DBs that want to tackle, and they get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays. Physical play by the corner there, getting the ball carried down behind the line of scrimmage.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Here comes the option. Tough, hard-nosed running. He picks up 3, but stopped just short. It'll be 4th and 1.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs. So it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going. But moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
He picks up the first down, brought down, but not before he put that dude in a blender. And the Falcons have their offense in high gear. On the option. Sweet cut there. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. The Falcons getting set on 1st and 10. They'll run the option. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. A little old-school football riding the big fella, and a nice gain on that one.
Yeah, this guy's an athlete, too. He's not just a blocker. You can hand off the ball and
he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Air Force.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That drive covered 57 yards for the touchdown. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. Here's the return from inside his 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there. They might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. 1st and 2. Fires toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cougar. Quick strike touchdown. Comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And man, we see this in college football. So much explosiveness and firepower. And we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game. And it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Shakes off the defender. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Back to throw, it's Hayes. Gets it out fast. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. That's the end of the quarter. Air Force has the lead here. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Goes to the option. Tackled after picking up the first down.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. A third down try for the offense. On the option. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. And the Falcons will call on their punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. He's got great speed. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. Line gets set, first down. Looking for space. It's need.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team's being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Wilson. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Houston wants to play fast. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Houston. Hello.
And I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Wake Forest is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to the Astronauts. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll run the option. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
How do you not respect the big fellas? This doesn't take you back in the time machine to the days when a fullback was on the field every single play. Then you're missing out because fullbacks are awesome. They're just low maintenance. They're not divas like wide receivers. They just block most of the time, don't say much. And then you give them the football, and occasionally you get some big plays like this, and they hit somebody so hard they got snot bubbles coming out of their nose.
Now on 2nd down. Now on the counter. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
The Falcons will snap it on 1st and 10. Running back goes in motion. The option look. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Second down.
Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. On the option. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. Now on the option. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. And the Falcons send out the punt unit. The clock stopped. 2 minutes left to play in this one. They bring the punter onto the field now. And that ball will sail into the end zone for a touchback. The Houston offense comes onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
Good enough for first down.
He's going to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Johnson. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They'll stop him right there, but it is enough for a Houston first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Man, this game has been awesome. Some back and forth. Now you take the lead late. Nice job by the offense. And now you just need your defense to come through for you. One more time. One stop. Less than a minute remaining. Go out there. Finish this thing off.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. A very efficient five-play scoring drive. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. They'll need to be very sound here, limit this return, and put this game in the hands of their defense to salt it away. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced this situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots. Throw beyond the first down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
Got out of trouble and throws. And that ball is picked off. Trying to take it back. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Man, what a play by this defense. You're trying to get the ball back to your offense, trying to salt this game away and get the win. Not only do you create the turnover, you get the touchdown. Now you take a 2-score lead late in this ball game. This defense just stepped up in a big moment.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
To the air on first down. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
That's a good decision by the quarterback. I know that's not going to come up on the stat sheet, but you're in the pocket, nobody's open. Don't risk turning it over. Just throw it away.
To the air, it's Hayes. Fires to the middle. He's got the tight end. Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game. The Falcons have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Now on 2nd and short after the first down completion. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Pressure coming. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.